So dear Alcinous, if you wish to hear more of my story, I will tell you. After Circe told us what our mission was, we set on our way to the underworld. When we arrived, I dug the hole into the ground with my sword and poured out libitations from the dead. First, honey, then wine, and lastly water, all topped with barley. Then we killed one of our cows and called upon the dead. As we waited for Tiresias, my men kept the other ghost away as soon as we encountered Alphenor, our former crewmate who warned us that if we did not return, bury his body with the proper funeral, the gods would not be pleased. Then I saw the ghost of my mother, who had not been dead when I left many years ago, but I could not yet speak with her, as I wished to wait until I had spoken to Tiresias. When we finally arrived, he told me of my fate. He said to me,
Odysseus, because you killed Poseidon's son, you will struggle to get home. When you leave here, you will come across the island of Thrinacia, where you will find the sun gods grazing cattle. You must not hurt them, and rather be on your way unless you wish to destroy your men. If you escape, you will find your way home on a stranger's ship and find invaders eating your food and courting your wife. You will kill these suitors through tricks or in the open, and when they are dead, you will have to leave your home again. You will later die of old age, and your people will flourish.
After he finished, I asked Tiresias how I could speak to my mother, and he said,
You must let her drink the blood, and then she will speak to you.
Then my mother crept out of the shadows of the mysterious underworld.
Son, how have you traveled to the underworld while still alive? The journey is almost impossible, and you are leaving your family behind.
I was forced to confront Hades and his world after a long battle at Troy. Mother, please tell me, were you slain by illness or by Artemis's bow? Tell me how my wife and son are doing without me.
Your wife lives in agony while you are away. She misses your kind heart. Your son tends to the estate. But my son, I was not killed by sickness or a skilled archer's bow. I was killed by missing you. My son, you took my life from me.
All I wanted to do was hold my mother in my arms. As much as I tried, her spirit flew through me. I began to think of Queen Persephone was deceiving me.
Odysseus, you cannot hold me here. Our bodies are like a dream. Our flesh and bone are no more. We are simply a spirit.
I felt destroyed for what grief I had caused my mother. I then promised myself that I return to my family and I will never make this mistake again. As we were talking, the daughters and wives of long-forgotten warriors approached us, hoping to make a drink of the blood. I had wished to speak to each of them, so drawing my sword, I forced them to drink the blood one at a time, making sure that I had a chance to question each. The first I spoke to went by the name of Tyro. She was the child of Salmoneus and the wife of Crethus. While she was living, she had fallen in love with Poseidon, who gave her two sons, Peleus and Nelus, both who served Zeus. After her I saw Alcimene, who gave birth to Hercules, and I saw his wife, Megara. I then saw Oedipus' mother, who mistakenly married her own son and hanged herself for treachery. Then I met Iphimedia, wife of Aeolus, who proudly proclaimed Poseidon slept with her and gifted her two sons, both renowned for being the tallest heroes after Orion. I met many women, each with a fantastic tale, but I am tired, Alcinous. I must go to sleep.
Both my wife and I agree that you are a strong, handsome man and a great storyteller. But although you are tired and my special guest, I cannot send you away just yet. I wish to hear more of your investing tale. You must stay, finish your story, and then you can be on your way with more gifts than you could possibly imagine.
If you wish to hear more of my story, then I will happily oblige, for it would be far better to return home with your beautiful gifts than to come empty-handed.
Odysseus, the world is swarming with thieves and cheats who fashion their lies out of thin air. But when I look at you, I know you are not one of them. I trust your story as you tell it with the skill of a poet. I know it is late, but the night is long. Please continue your story.
Then I will go on. After I had spoken to all of the women, the ghost of Agamemnon came to me and took my offering. I asked him how he died, and this is what he told me.
Awesome. I was not killed by a kind god, but rather Clytemnestra. Agathis planned my death with the help of my unfaithful wife. He called me to his house for dinner and killed me and my men like pigs in a rich lord's house. No mercy. The floors were thick with blood, and when I laid on the floor dying, Clytemnestra didn't even have the decency to look at me, or to let me see my child one last time. There is no more disgusting act than when a wife betrays a man like that.
This is terrible.
You must never tell your wife everything, or else she will turn against you. But you are lucky. Penelope would never hurt you or stop you from seeing your child. Now tell me, where is my son?
I will not lie to you. I do not know. At this time, Agamemnon and I wept profusely. While we cried for our loved ones, Achilles' spirit flew into the room, steal the great physical appearance from the war.
Odysseus, why would you choose to travel to this dreadful place of poor souls?
I came in search of the great Tiresias, and his knowledge to guide me on my journey home. I have been very unlucky during my travels, but no one's luck is as grand as the mighty Achilles, who is respected by all of Greece. You should not be saddened by your death.
I am miserable in my death. I would rather be a workman on a peasant's farm than rule as the king of the dead. But please tell me about my son. Did he go to war and become a leader?
Your dear son is a brave man. He's the first in the battle and fearlessly protects his men. He has killed so many people for us. When he climbed into the wooden horse at Troy, many of the men were trembling, but not your son. I never saw him shed a tear or saw his face grow pale.
I am so delighted to hear what you have to say, Odysseus. Thank you for that. I must go now. Good luck on your journey home.
As I passed through the dreadful underworld, one thing caught my eye. Countless people were endlessly tortured for the behavior on earth. Tydeus was having her liver ripped apart into pieces by vultures for raping Zeus's lover. Tantalus was sitting in water up to her chin, so thirsty, but with no way to drink it. Tall trees hung fruit above her head with no way to eat it. Sisyphus was pushing a giant rock up a hill just to have it tumble to the bottom over and over again. And finally, I saw Heracles feasting with the deathless gods, while the dead souls were shrinking like panic-struck birds. After I had spoken with each of the men, I had thought to say, but the souls of the dead began to surround me, and me and my men left as quickly as we had come.